Hey guys, it's Katy here back with another Quarantine Life podcast. I'm so glad to be back with you guys today. I know last week we just kind of introduced the podcast and what I'd be talking about everything that I've been going through right now with quarantine and the coronavirus and everything that's it's caused to affect my life. This past few days, we actually were all laying outside in the pool, relaxing, just when we thought life couldn't get any more boring and just nothing happening. My stepmom came out and was like, guys, we need your help. The basement's flooding. And so that was definitely something very interesting and something that Corona helped with, just bringing something into our lives because we have nothing better to do right now. So that was a big rush. We grabbed every single towel that we have in the house, brought it downstairs. We're on our hands and knees just trying to get all the water out. The water was up to my ankles. Super crazy. Definitely something that it was very frustrating, and I know my parents were stressed out with everything being ruined, but the people that we've had come out to our house to work on it, the insurance has been such a big help, and I know a big burden off my parents' back just having to worry about everything that got ruined or messed up by the water. So that was something that made our life a little bit more interesting in these last 28 days of quarantine. I know also last week we talked about senior year, how everything got canceled with going back to school and not being sure if we're going to have graduation or prom or any of those other things that we should be able to get to do. I know that we just found out that we're in the stay-home order in my state, Georgia, for another 20-something days. We're in the stay-at-home order until April 30th, as far as we know, which is not very comforting. It's been crazy. It's been just itching to get out of the house. Anytime my parents need us to go to the grocery store, that's my favorite place right now is the grocery store, just being able to get out. Everybody's wearing masks, taking precautions. There's tape on the floors at our grocery stores where you can only go one way. So everybody's going one way, so you're not passing by certain people. There's 6 feet apart tape in the lines to check out at the grocery store. Everything's kind of hectic right now. I thought that by now, maybe it'd calm down and we'd be towards the slowing down of it, being able to come back to reality and what life used to be like. I don't know about you guys, but I kind of forgot what it's like to have a life outside of being at home 24/7. I know online school has been crazy for me. Today I had a math test, and if any of you guys are like me, math is definitely not the easiest subject. And I also had a science quiz that was 20 questions long, and we were given 10 minutes to take it. So that was something that was a little frustrating and just gave me so much anxiety. And just studying for all of those, having more work than we normally do in actual school is very frustrating because you can never figure out to get something done. And I don't know about you guys, but my sleep schedule is way off. I'm not getting the normal amount of sleep that I should be getting. I take naps during the day and then I'm not tired at night, or I just get busy and I forget to go to sleep. So then I'm waking up late, and most of my schoolwork is due by 3 p.m. that day. And I probably am waking up between 10 and 11 unless I have to be in class. And 4 hours sounds like a lot of time to do your schoolwork, but when you have 7 classes, you have to take a break to eat. You get easily distracted like I do. It's definitely not easy, and the work is way harder than an actual class. I feel like we can get by with a lot less work in class, but since everything is online, teachers are given a certain amount of work that they have to give to us, which has been very difficult. I know last week we also talked about having guests on, and in a little bit I will be having my best friend on, Macy, to talk to you guys a little bit about some stuff. And I'm super excited about that because I miss her so much, and I haven't been able to see her in so long because of everything that's happening. And especially now, it's going to be another month before I get to see her. But Macy, if you're listening right now, we're going to get that movie date as soon as quarantine's over, because that's our favorite thing to do is go watch late night movies, scary ones. Actually, I hate scary movies, but Macy brings me to them all the time, and it's just fun to hang out with her. But what I wanted to talk to you guys about today is just I've been flooded with questions from you guys, DMs, on my Instagram, messages through TikTok, just asking me questions to answer on the podcast. And so today I want to answer some of those questions for you guys and just let you know kind of how I'm dealing with all these things that you guys have been asking about or saying that you're dealing with. So the first question that we have today is Haley from Georgia asks what I'm doing to complete my schoolwork and get good grades at home while not having teachers. So really, I kind of just went over the gist of it, but it's been very difficult, especially when you have to keep accountable of all your work. You don't have teachers that are like, hey, do this, do this, do this, or like in class when you're watching the first period and everybody's talking about the quiz that they just had that you have next period, just reminding you about things that are constant throughout the day that you don't realize that you have until it's gone. So that's definitely been hard, just being able to keep accountable. One thing that I have been doing to try and keep accountable for all my work is just looking through everything. Before I start my work, I look through all my subjects, everything that I have to do that day, and I'll write it down. It's also easier and I feel more like productive when I can cross things out and say that I did it and I'm done. So that's something that I would suggest is just writing everything down and crossing it out as you go, because then you feel like you're completing something. Also, what I'm doing is I know I get super easily distracted. So what I'll do is when I'm doing something for one of my classes, I'll put everything away. I'll have some music going. I love to listen to worship music when I'm doing schoolwork. It just keeps me calm, focused, and it's not distracting to me in any way. So that's what I listen to when I'm doing my homework. But I'll put my phone away, put the screens away, try to get away from my siblings who are very loud most of the time. But I'll put it down, finish what I'm doing, and then pick up my phone, look at any notifications, scroll through TikTok for a few minutes, and then put my phone back down and do it again. That just helps me take a break and feel like I'm being productive while not being bored and just miserable the whole time. Another thing that I've been doing is getting dressed. Sometimes, I know right now we're all just hanging around in shorts, t-shirts, hoodies, sweatpants. I know hoodies are my favorite thing to wear. So sometimes for me, straightening my hair and just putting mascara on in the morning just wakes me up, makes me feel more accomplished because I look presentable and I look successful. So I feel more productive during the day. And also, one big thing that I've been doing, probably bigger than any other thing I could be doing, is changing the scene of where I'm actually doing my schoolwork. So I'll start doing my schoolwork in my room in the mornings, just kind of relax, get into it, ease into it. And then after, I'll go upstairs, grab some food, sit at the dining room table, do my homework. After that, a lot of times, if it's a nice day, I'll go outside, do my homework, just so I have different scenes and I'm feeling not so just stuck there, and the work is a lot easier when I can move and I feel like I have those more breaks in between. So that's what I've been doing to keep successful in school. I don't know how successful I've been, but I've definitely been doing my best. Another question we had was Kat from Australia. So I'm so glad that you watch my podcast. It means a lot since you're so far away. But Kat asked, how can I use this time to grow closer to my family? And that's a good question. I was talking about that last week a little bit. Right now, getting close with your family, hanging out with your family is really the most important thing you can do right now, because family's all you have. And we're always on the go. I don't know about you guys, but I'm always on the go, managing baseball, going to school, having my siblings, bringing them places. Just life gets in the way and you don't really get to see what's in front of you. So right now, just watching movies with your family, playing board games with your family, just sitting there doing nothing, talking to your family, just getting that bonding time is, I think, super important right now. And not just with the family you're with, but also take this time to call family members that you don't normally get to talk to, because with life slowed down right now, there's no excuse not to be able to talk to your grandma who is getting older, or your aunt and uncle who live in another state that you don't get to see, or other family members or close friends that you don't get to talk to a lot. I think now is a really good time just to catch up, repair broken relationships, because it's not like you'll have to see them anytime soon. So reach out to people, apologize to people you've held grudges with, accept apologies from people who you've held grudges towards, just I think right now is a really good time just to repair relationships or progress relationships as much as possible, because that's all we have right now is each other. And I think it's super, super cool to, like, if you sit back and think about it, every single person in the world right now is going through the same exact thing. Some people are going through it more, some people are going through it less, but we are all going through the same exact thing. Nobody doesn't know what's going on in the world right now. And if you think about that, that is so crazy. It's so awesome to see that we're all in this together. Like, you may feel alone, you may not know what you're going through right now in your personal life, but one thing you can hold on to is that everybody is going through this with you. We're all alone, but we're all together, and I think we all need to stick together and try to keep our relationships, just hold on to those, because that's the most important thing right now. Another question I got was somebody from Georgia who didn't want me to use their name, but they asked, how could God let this happen? And for me, that's something I actually was talking to one of my best friends about before this all happened. Just like, it doesn't make sense. And it doesn't make sense why this had to happen, why this happened, why did it have to happen now? You know, all those questions that kind of seem selfish when you think about it, like, why me? Why this happened to me? You know, just focusing on ourselves. And so I was resentful towards God for a little bit, just wondering why he would do this to me, why he would do this to my family. And so I did read the Bible and just try to get some clarity on, you know, why this happened, or just some comfort from God, just knowing that he will always be there for us no matter what he does and the plans that he has that may not be our plans. And so I found in Ezekiel 14:19, and it says, or suppose I pour out my fury by sending an epidemic into the land, and the disease killed people and animals alike. That to me was incredible, and it was so crazy that God said the exact thing that's happening right now. And then he goes on to say that even if Noah, David, and Job were there, they could not save their own sons. Their righteousness alone would save them. So I think that's so crazy to think that God told us exactly what was going to happen, which is happening right now. And he's telling the people that no matter what you do, no matter who you talk to, the only thing that can save you is your righteousness and your relationship with God. And I've seen a lot of things come through about people who have come back to God because of this situation, and just seeing that God is real. And through this heartache and through the pain that this virus has brought, it has also brought a lot of repair and relationships, like I've talked about, relationships with God that people have restored. And so I think that that's the best thing that has come out of this, is that people are really starting to understand that there may be somebody who understands this whole thing and knows way more than we ever will about this. So thank you for that question. That was a really good question. And we have another question from Lily in Michigan, and she asked if I was able to talk and see my friends, which I am not right now. I'm not able to leave the house to go see my friends, and they're not able to come over here because we are at the stay-at-home order. But I have been trying to FaceTime some of my friends, FaceTime a bunch of people, different groups of people that I don't normally talk to, just to kind of see how everyone's doing, and just trying to text as many people as possible, just reaching out, because you don't know if people are alone right now, just kind of feeling left out because nobody's talking to them. So I am not able to see my friends, but I am able to talk to them, which I am so glad for FaceTime. Also, I have a question from Christina in Tennessee, who asked if I had TikTok, which, yes, I do have TikTok. I love TikTok. I'm obsessed with it. Probably spend way more time than I should on it. And I blew up on it a little bit when I shared a story about how God repaired my broken bones on a mission trip to Guatemala. So that is something I would love to share that story with you guys another time. I don't have time for it today, but I would love to hear your guys' feedback on that. And if you would like me to share that story, I'd love to share it with you guys. So yes, I do have TikTok, and I love it. And so I have with me today, those are all the questions that I have time for today, but I want to bring on one of my best friends, Macy. She's here with us today, and I just kind of want to talk to her about how she's doing. Hey, Mace, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm just trying to get through this.
Yeah, I miss you.
I miss you too a lot. And I go through our photos constantly, just
Same.
like looking at memories. I know you were texting me videos yesterday about so many crazy videos, mostly of me, but yeah, we don't have to talk about all of them. But I definitely miss our movie dates.
Me too, for sure.
I definitely need to see a scary movie. I haven't watched one without you.
Me either.
But I just wanted to bring you on today because I know that you're also going through the same thing I'm going through. You're a senior. We go to the same school. So I just kind of wanted to get like your feedback on how this has affected you a little bit.
I mean, just me personally, I guess. I mean, it's just upsetting to miss out on all this stuff. I know you talked about that in the last video, like prom, senior picnic, like just all the little stuff like that. And it's, I mean, I've been at the school since kindergarten. That's 13 years at the same school, and I've looked forward to all this stuff. And that's like, all of a sudden, I'm like, wait, I can't do it now. And it's just so, it's like weird. Like, it's something like, I feel like we're in a movie. If I go to the grocery store and like everyone in masks, you're like,
yes, everything's gone.
Yeah, it's so weird. Yeah, just a lot of the same things you said though.
Yeah, I know that you've been trying to get out to the park and run. How much are you running every day?
I don't do like that much. I'll do maybe like 2 miles a day, just to get out.
I cannot find me doing 2 miles a day. No, not unless somebody's paying me or chasing me. I will not be running 2 miles a day.
I have to get out of the house. I cannot.
Oh, I completely agree. But I go out of my house. I sit on the chair with my drink and my food, and I tan. That's about as much exercise as I'm doing walking through the backyard. But I know another thing for you is you are a college athlete. Now you are, I guess, right?
Basically.
You will be attending your college for softball. And with everything that's been going on right now, has any of that been affected? Have you talked to your college at all about any of this? I know that some colleges are allowing seniors to come back, so I didn't know if that was something that's been affecting you, you know?
Yeah. So I actually reached out to my coach today. I haven't heard back, but they are like the new rule with allowing like seniors and sophomores from JUCO schools to come back and be eligible to play. So I just reached out to my coach today just asking how that's going to work with like how even scholarship money, how it's going to affect even playtime for people. If like, I mean, there's a whole other group of people on the team now that were expected to graduate. So how does that affect playtime? How many people are now people with my same position that I'm going to have to work for? And which, I mean, that was a thing from the beginning. You have to work for your position.
Yeah.
But now that there's this many more people to work with, I was just asking a bunch of questions about that and how that's going to work. So I'm waiting to hear back from her. But that's the main thing with the sports aspect of it.
Yeah, and you managed baseball with me this year and last year. Last year was so much fun. And yes. I know that ever since that heartbreaking loss in the Final Four that I don't even want to talk about, ever since that day, we've literally been talking about staying in hotel rooms for the playoffs, have we not?
Yes.
Like, we were so excited for that. And I found that video from the pool. It's so sad just thinking about the fact that we're not going to be able to do that. But maybe once this is all over, we can take our own little girls trip somewhere and stay in a hotel. But I just wanted to kind of get your view. Like, we heard Tyler's and Garrett's view last week. I just wanted to get your view kind of about baseball and what you were feeling for the guys and feeling just from managing. I know that you managed another year before I came to the school, so I just kind of wanted to see your take on it.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously upsetting, and it really stinks for the guys, especially our seniors. Like, I couldn't imagine my season just all of a sudden come to an end and not getting to finish it. I'm just so happy we got to finish our softball season because, I mean, I couldn't imagine what they're going through. Like, it stinks from my perspective not getting to finish managing, and I really just can't imagine for them.
Yeah, I just, it's heartbreaking for me, but just knowing that that's the sport that they've been playing all their lives that they won't be able to. We just got a question in from Alyssa, and she asked Macy where you're going to school next year.
I'm going to Georgia Military College. It's in Milledgeville. It's really close to Georgia College.
It's not too far away, right? How far is that from here?
From here, it's about 2.5 hours.
So, yeah, I'm not very happy about that. I don't know what I'm going to do next year because I'm going to be right around here. So
I'll come home on the weekends.
on the weekend, you're going to come home every weekend?
Not every weekend, but sometimes.
Come home every weekend.
I'll come home a lot.
Okay, sounds good. As long as you come visit me and don't just come home and then don't see me.
I will come see you, of course.
Okay, good. We have another question from William, and he asks, what is your number one entertainment source? Is that like what you watch or?
So like Netflix or like what do we do, I guess? I mean, I definitely watch Netflix a lot.
So do I.
Then I find like random stuff to do. Like I'll go outside and draw chalk. I'm like, I haven't done this in so long. But I gotta do something.
That they put on Netflix from like 10 years ago. I've been binge watching that season.
What season? It like froze out.
The Bachelor.
Oh, yeah.
Jason's season, I think. It was from like 10 years ago. It's so crazy to see like the way that they dressed and they thought they looked so good.
Yeah.
And people will never wear that stuff out now. But what have you been watching?
I just restarted Criminal Minds. I've just been watching that.
Oh my gosh, yes. I love Criminal Minds. I think I've seen every episode. And what's his name? I know his real name is Shamar Moore, but the guy, gosh, what's his name? I don't know, but he's fun to watch.
He's fun to watch.
Yeah, he's attractive.
I'm so bad at names in shows. Like I can watch the whole thing.
You're bad at names in general, Macy.
Yes, I know, but like I can watch a whole season of this show. Like, I mean, the whole show. Grey's Anatomy, I've watched all of it. I don't know all their names.
I love Grey's Anatomy. I started rewatching it.
I should do that. I'm still waiting for the new season to come on Netflix because I haven't watched it.
Yeah. Well, I have one more question for you, Macy. Is there any advice that you would give to kids that are upset about school right now, or athletes like you that their season just got canceled? You know, anything like that you would give kids advice to?
I mean, my main thing right now, I'm just really trying to like look at the positive things. My family's healthy. We're all here together, and obviously that comes with good things and bad things. Like we're stuck here together, so we might get more aggravated at each other sometimes, but it's great to have this time together and just get to, I mean, you're almost forced to be together. So we're like playing games every night, doing movies,
That's
just fun. Anything. So just my main thing is just focus on the positives because we always let these things, just any negatives in general, outweigh the positives and we lose sight of the good things we have. And this is a big negative right now. I mean, it's worldwide. And so
yeah,
just to focus on the positives through this, it will strengthen you as a person. And that's something I'm working on right now.
I completely agree with you. And I think that's so awesome. I hope that you continue to get closer to your family and just spend this time with them. I want to thank you so much for coming on with me today. And I'll text you later. But thank you for joining me. And goodbye.
Bye. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Okay, guys, that was my best friend, Macy, and I hope you guys enjoyed my little segment with her. If you guys would like to be on the show, I'd love to have you on. Just send me a DM. I'm trying to go through all your messages. Trust me, I'm looking through them. I just need a little bit of time to respond because I've gotten so much positive feedback from you guys, which I'm so thankful for. The last thing I wanted to talk to you guys about was, if you saw the post on the Quarantine Life Instagram, you saw that I am being sponsored by The Work Life, which is on Facebook Watch, and the first season is out right now, so you guys should go watch it. It's super awesome. It's about Angela and Mike, and Angela races in the truck series with NASCAR, and they live this crazy, extravagant life. They just adopted 2 kids, and you should go watch it. It's definitely interesting. I love watching it. It's so funny. Mike is definitely a character, so you guys should go watch that. But I'm so glad and so thankful that they're sponsoring me to be able to have this podcast with you guys. If you would like to have shirts like these that I have, we have water bottles and coffee mugs like this. We also have some Bluetooth speakers, bags, some awesome stuff that they sent me for you guys. You can enter to win for free. all you have to do is comment on the post that I just posted before the podcast, tag one of your friends, and make sure you're following the Instagram, and you will be automatically entered to join. And if you post the post on your Instagram story, you will have 3 more extra entries. So make sure you do that. I'm so excited to be giving this stuff away for you guys. I love t-shirts, and I love big t-shirts. So I don't know about you guys, but I think it's definitely something that I would love to win. So make sure you go comment on the Instagram, tag your friends, and repost it in order to be entered to win. And make sure you're following. Subscribe to my YouTube, follow my Facebook, and I'm so excited to talk to you guys next week. I'll be back with another guest, and if you want that to be you, send me a message and let me know how it goes. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great week. I hope you all stay safe, and please stay home so this doesn't last any longer than it needs to. Bye, guys. Thank you.